Hello everyone, welcome to the Narayana online digital classes. Myself Muhammad Ashhar, I'm going to discuss JEE Mains September 6th afternoon shift paper explanation of chemistry subject. Guys, here I am going to discuss the paper taking the students' memory as consideration. We have constructed the questions. I hope most of the questions are real, but you may found one or two questions which may be content wise okay, but arrangement and pattern wise they may differ. Now let's continue the paper discussion. Which of the following compounds can be obtained from Gabriel Thalamide synthesis? In this question, these are the four compounds given to us. First one is vinyl chloride is to be taken in order to obtain this. So in order to obtain this compound, we should start with vinyl chloride. To this compound, we need to start with benzyl chloride. And this compound can be obtained, for that we need to start with chlorobenzene. And for this, the compound that we need to take is tertiary butyl chloride. Here, alkynyl halides and aryl halides do not show nucleophilic substitution reaction. That's why these compounds cannot be obtained from Gabriel Thalamide synthesis. Now coming to this, in order to get this amine, we need to start with a tertiary butyl chloride, but tertiary butyl chloride predominantly undergoes elimination reaction rather to give alkene. That's why it is also ruled out, and this could conveniently prepared by SN2 mechanism. So the correct answer is benzyl amine. So benzyl amine is obtained from Gabriel Thalamide synthesis. In this question, it's a matching of polymer concerned monomer is to be matched. Here in a column 1, they are given 4 polymers. One was natural rubber, neoprene, bunion and bunias. And on column 2 we have got monomers, styrene, isoprene, chloroprene and acrylonitrile. We need to match. Natural rubber is a polymer of isoprene. So natural rubber is a polymer of isoprene. Isoprene is 2-methyl butadiene is isoprene. Neoprene is a polymer of chloroprene. Neoprene is polymer of chloroprene whose monomer is 2-chloro 1,3 butadiene. Whereas bunion, whose monomers are butadiene and acrylonitrile, it's a copolymer. Similarly, bunias is also a polymer of butadiene and styrene. So for natural polymer, its monomer is styrene. For compound 1, the match is B. For 2, neoprene, the correct match is C, chloroprene. And for 3, which is bunion, the correct match is D, acrylonitrile. And for 4, the last one, bunias, the correct match is styrene, A. So this is the answer. The IUPAC name of the given compound. Here the compound is given and they are asking the IUPAC name. Here the benzene ring, you found functional group aldehyde, you have nitro functional group, you have an alcohol to the side chain, also you have got NH2 amine. But the principal functional group is aldehyde. That's why keeping this in a suffix, this is marked as a carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5 and carbon 6. Hence its root word is benzene. It is benzene carbaldehyde. Then we have got locants branches here. Functional group at 2-nitro, okay, and at 4 we have got hydroxymethyl as a branch, and at 5 you have got amino. Arranging these in an IUPAC order, alphabetical order, 5 amino comes first, then 4 hydroxymethyl, then 2 nitro. So the correct IUPAC name of the compound is 5 amino 4 hydroxymethyl 2 nitro benzene carbaldehyde or benzaldehyde. Hence option 4 is correct. It is also a matching question where the column 1 and column 2, the two columns, the first column it was given the starting compound to prepare benzaldehyde, in the column 2 they are given the reagents. We need to match the starting compound with the reagents to obtain benzaldehyde. Let us see. The first, starting with benzene, in order to get benzaldehyde, benzene on treatment with carbon monoxide HCl, anhydrous AlCl3, CuCl, it gives benzaldehyde, which is a very famous named reaction. It is Gartermann-Koch reaction. Gartermann-Koch reaction. Second one, starting from benzonitrile, that means phenyl cyanide. Benzonitrile on treatment with a stannous chloride in the presence of HCl, followed by treatment with steam or H3O plus, gives again benzaldehyde. It is also a named reaction, Stephenaldehyde synthesis. And benzoyl chloride. Benzoyl chloride on treatment with Lindlar's catalyst, S2 palladium, barium sulfate and quinoline, gives benzaldehyde, which is even a named reaction called Rosenmund reaction. So the correct match is for benzene, Gartermann reagent, for benzonitrile, stannous chloride and HCl, and for benzoyl chloride, Lindlar's catalyst. It is also a matching question. Here the column 1 some reagents and methods are mentioned, and column 2 corresponding reagents are taken. Lucas reagent, it is best for distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol, where we make use of anhydrous zinc chloride. So Lucas reagent, the correct match is anhydrous zinc chloride, where the alcohol turns to alkyl halide. Dumas method, in estimation of nitrogen, both the Dumas method and Jalda's method are there. In Dumas method, the nitrogen in the organic compound is converted to into gas. For that, we use cupric oxide and we heat, so that the entire nitrogen in the organic compound gets evolved as into gas. In the Jalda's method, the nitrogen is also estimated by converting to ammonium sulfate, and by performing back titration we can calculate the percentage of nitrogen. So in Jalda's method, the reagent that we use is concentrate sulfuric acid, and in Hinsberg method, the Hinsberg reagent is benzene sulfonyl chloride. So for Lucas reagent, the correct match is D, and the Dumas method, the second one, the correct match is C, whereas for Jalda's method, concentrate sulfuric acid B, and finally for Hinsberg method, the correct reagent is benzene sulfonyl chloride A. The next question is, which of statement is incorrect regarding the lactose? It is the structure of lactose. Lactose is a disaccharide which is a combination of beta D galactose with beta D glucose. Here beta D galactose C1 was in a link with C4 of the beta D glucose, and the link is beta glycosidic linkage. And the incorrect statements regarding statement 1, it is composed of beta D galactose and beta D glucose. It's a correct statement. Second one, it is a reducing sugar. Look at this. This is hemiacetal, and this is responsible for giving a positive test with the tolerance failings. That's why it is a reducing sugar. So statement 2 is also correct. Coming to statement 3, It is a disaccharide having 8 OH groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It contains 8 OH groups and one glycosidic linkage here. And statement 4, it has a glycosidic linkage of C1 of glucose and C4 of galactose, which is wrong. C1 of galactose and C4 of glucose. So that's why the fourth statement is incorrect. Next question. Here some reactions are given. We need to find out the products A, B, C in the given reactions, and we need to arrange the products in an order of boiling point. Let us see. First one, alkene upon treatment with HBr in the presence of peroxide. The product is 1-bromobutane, anti-Markovnikov of addition to give 1-bromobutane, Karash effect. The second one, the same 1-butene upon treatment with HBr, the major product here we get 2-bromobutane. The first one is 1-bromobutane, the second one you get 2-bromobutane. And isobutene upon treatment with HBr, it gives tertiary butyl bromide. So these three are isomeric butyl bromides, and we need to arrange these three in a decreasing order of boiling points. Then the correct answer is 1-bromobutane has got more boiling point than 2-bromobutane, which in turn have more boiling point than tertiary butyl bromide, because with increase in the branching the boiling point decreases. Next question is an integer question. Here a reaction is given and he wants the percentage of carbon in the product obtained. Look at this, it's a phenol upon treatment with chloroform in the presence of base and slightly heated. The product obtained is it's a very well known reaction, students. You get salicylaldehyde and para-hydroxybenzaldehyde. It's a famous Riemann-Tiemann reaction in which salicylaldehyde is major and of course the para-hydroxybenzaldehyde is minor. Both products are obtained, and here the molecular formula of the product obtained here is either any of these two, is C7H6O2, whose molecular weight is 122. Now we need to calculate the percentage of carbon. So percentage of carbon by weight is equal to 7 carbons, so 84 by 122 into 100, which gives 68.85% is the answer. Right. In this question, an equilibrium is given, Haber's process of preparation of ammonia. Here the N2 gas, 3 moles of H2 gas gives 2 moles of ammonia. This equilibrium was given. I represent this other one whose Kc is given. I took this Kc as Kc1, which is 64 given in the question, and he wants the equilibrium for this reaction, ammonia equilibrium with half mole of N2 and 3/2 moles of H2. So just reversing the equilibrium 1 and divide with the 2, the new Kc2 will be 1 by root of Kc1, that is equal to 1 by root of 64, which is equal to 1 by 8. So using the help of the equilibrium given, we could calculate the equilibrium for the next one. Right. In this question, an equilibrium is given, Haber's process of preparation of ammonia. Here the N2 gas, 3 moles of H2 gas gives 2 moles of ammonia. This equilibrium was given. I represent this other one whose Kc is given. I took this Kc as Kc1, which is 64 given in the question, and he wants the equilibrium for this reaction, ammonia equilibrium with half mole of N2 and 3/2 moles of H2. So just reversing the equilibrium 1 and divide with the 2, the new Kc2 will be 1 by root of Kc1, that is equal to 1 by root of 64, which is equal to 1 by 8. So using the help of the equilibrium given, we could calculate the equilibrium for the next one. Okay students, the next question is the correct electronic configuration of an octahedral complex with the D4 configuration. So D4 configuration and octahedral complex, we have got two types. The weak field ligands, we have got delta O less than P, and a strong field ligands, the delta O greater than P. For the D4 with the delta O less than P, 1, 2, 3 and 4. No pairing takes place. Whereas with the delta O greater than P, the D4, 1, 2, 3, 4, pairing takes place. Here with the weak field ligand, the electronic configuration is in T2G there are 3 electrons, and in EG it contains 1. Whereas in a strong field ligands, in a T2G it contains 4, and in EG there is no electron. That's why the correct answer is this. Students, the next question is, in the given 4 options, in which of the case we get more than 99.95% pure hydrogen? First case, zinc on treatment with NaOH, it gives sodium zincate, of course hydrogen is obtained, but 99.95% pure hydrogen we need to get. So in this case we will not get that purity. Second one, electrolysis of water alkaline using nickel electrodes. Yes, electrolysis of water using nickel electrodes, alkaline water, gives 99.95% and more pure hydrogen. So this is correct answer. Though NaCl, brine solution on electrolysis, it gives NaOH, hydrogen and chlorine, not that pure, and here also we won't get the pure. So that's why option 2 is correct answer. Students, the next question is on solid state voids question. Here the question given, the oxide ions occupy the lattice points of CCP. That means 8 corners into 1 by 8 contribution, 6 face centers into 1 by 2. Altogether there are 4 particles per unit cell. 4 particles per unit cell for oxide ions. And M1 occupies 50% of the octahedral voids. So when you have 4 particles per unit cell, the number of octahedral voids also 4, and the 50% of the 4 is 2. M1 2. And coming to the M2, another metal, occupies the 12.5% of the tetrahedral voids. So tetrahedral voids double the number, that's why it is 8. So 12%, so 1 by 8 of 8 is equal to 1. M2 is there. That's why the formula is now M1 twice, M2 1 and O4. That means if this carries a -8 charge, these two collectively should carry +8. So if the charge of the M plus 3 is taken as 3, and if it is taken as 2, 2, 3, 6 and 2, altogether 8, that's why the charges of M1, N2 are +3 and +2 respectively. The next question is based on electrochemistry, which is a concentration cell. Here students, copper concentration cell was given. The left side anode compartment, the concentration of copper is given as C2 molar, and right cell, the concentration is given as C1 molar, which is cathode cell. So at anode, a copper gets oxidized to give cupric ion whose concentration is C2, and at cathode the cupric ion with concentration C1 gets reduced to copper solid. So that's why the equilibrium constant, actually the coefficient is written as C2 by C1. So C2 by C1 is a QC. So E of the cell is equal to E naught of the cell minus 0.059 by 2 log of QC, I mean C2 by C1. For concentration cells, E naught of the cell is 0. That's why E of the cell is minus 0.059 by 2 by log of C2 by C1. But for a reaction to be spontaneous, for a cell to spontaneous, delta G less than 0, that means negative, and delta G is equal to minus NFE of the cell, that is equal to minus 2F. Minus 2F, E of the cell is equal to minus 0.0591 by 2 log of C2 by C1, that is equal to plus 2F into 0.0591 by 2 log of C2 by C1. This is delta G, and it must be negative. So it must be negative means C2 is less than C1. So C2 must be less than C1. That's why option 1 is correct, where C2 is equal to C1 by root 2.
The next question is, the composition of the mish metal was asked. It mainly contains 95% of lanthanide elements, the 5% iron and the remaining constituent elements. The next question is purely a memory based question regarding the purification of metals. So which metal is purified by distillation process? That was the question asked. So among the options, zinc is the correct answer. Along with zinc, mercury and cadmium, as they possess low boiling points, they can be separated by using fractional distillation method. Next question is also again a purely memory based question from P block. It is regarding the oxides of nitrogen. So the question asked is, by combining equimolar mixture of NO and NO2, which oxide can be produced? This is straight theory based question. The answer is nitrogen sesquioxide. So if you mix equimolar mixture of NO and NO2, you will get N2O3 as the main product. Okay, the next question is from physical chemistry. It is from colligative properties. The question asked is, 10 grams of A, B and C were dissolved in 180 grams of water. A molecular weight is 100, B molecular weight is 150 and C molecular weight is 125. Now we need to identify the vapor pressure order. So the order of vapor pressure is B greater than A greater than C. It is inversely related to the mole fraction of each component. The next question is based on the average atomic mass of an element. Here it was given chlorine isotopes were given, chlorine 35 and 37 were given, and we need to identify the percentage composition of each element. So for that we use a formula, mass number into the percentage composition of first isotope and the mass number into the remaining percentage of the second isotope by 100, or simply we can use 35 into x, 37 into 1 minus x by 1 we can use. So by solving we will get the ratio of 2 isotopes. Next is the next question is a matching type of question from S block. Here 4 compounds were given. Calcium hydroxide is mainly used as whitewash, while plaster of Paris is used in making statues, whereas NaCl is used to prepare washing soda during Leblanc process, and magnesium hydroxide can be used as an antiacid. Next question is again a purely memory based question from 6th group. So here sulfur is oxidized with sulfuric acid and you'll get sulfur dioxide as one of the product. Now this sulfur dioxide is treated with a base, you will get sodium sulfite, and again the same sodium sulfite on further oxidation with sulfuric acid again give Na2SO4 along with sulfur dioxide. Here the question asked is you need to identify this X and Y. So X is SO2 and Y is Na2SO3. Next question is an integer question, and this is from IUPAC name of elements from periodic table. We need to write the IUPAC name for the element 101. So it is UNNIL anium. Unnil anium is its name, and its atomic number is 101.